Yes, so this was the poem My Mother at 66. It was written by Kamla Das, and she was born in Malawar, Kerala. She is recognized as one of the India's foremost poets, and she was very famous poet from the India. And this poem is written with the pen name Madhvi Kuti. Okay, and so the pen name was Madhvi Kuti. Some of the famous books were Alphabet of Lust, okay, and Padmavati the Harlot, and other stories also. And this was a very sentimental and relationship poem, My Mother at 66. Okay, since this poem was an example of aging process. So aging is a natural process, and have you ever thought that our elderly parents expect from us? So all the parents were expecting that someday our parents were getting aging. Okay, they get aged. Everyone was thinking that, because aging was a natural process. If it was a very complicated phase of human's life, so most lively and most enjoyable phase is the childhood, and most complicated phase was the old age. So old age was the very complicated phase, and aging is a natural process. Naturally everyone has to be getting old. Okay, so now we started. Driving from my, you can see that this whole poem don't have any full stops, so it was written in a one stanza. So main quality of this poem was that whole the poem was in a one stanza. No full stop is there, nothing is there. And simile was used. First simile, figure of speech, is used in this line, that her face ashen like that of a corpse. Okay, and one figure of speech also used simile, that as a late winter's moon, mother's face is compared to late winter's moon. So it was compared with late winter's moon. So two figure of speech in this poem. Simile is a figure of speech that giving the comparison. Okay, simile is a figure of speech that giving a comparison with like or as well as. Okay, so two figure of speech is there, and whole the poem was written in a single sentence, no full stop is there. So, and it was written by Kamla Das, and the pen name was Madhvi Kuti. Okay, driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother besides me, dozed, open-mouthed, her first face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain. Okay, so the meaning of corpse is dead body. Okay, and ashen, so the poet was saying that I am leaving for my work. Okay, she is coming to house for a vacation, and now she is leaving for the work. So she was going to Cochin airport. And her mother is also with her. She is going to drop her. Her mother is going to drop her. So both were in a car and both were going to airport. The poet is going for her work and mother is going to drop her. And both were in the car, and she saw that her mother were besides her, and her mouth was opened. Her face was like ashen like a corpse, means her face was like a dead body when the mouth was opened, and face was also yellow and dumb. So she is looking like a dead body. And when she feels that how could my mother feels like the dead body, my mother face seems like dead body, it was really painful for her. It was a painful experience for her, that she thought away and looked, but soon put that thought away. So firstly she was thinking that one day my mother would death, because my mother getting aged, that's why she can die anytime, because it was the crucial age, it was a very complicated age that she could death anytime. so it was very complicated age also. So she wants to remove the thoughts that how could such type of thoughts comes in my mind that my mother is no more now, but she wants to put away the thoughts. She wants that I have to put that thought away. So for putting the thoughts away, she looked from the window and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes, but after the airport security check standing a few yards. So she was looking that from the window, because she not wants to see her mother again and again, and thinking that her mother face was looking like a dead body. So for putting away all the thought, she looking out of the window, and she is looking towards the young trees that was sprinting. You see that whenever the car was moving, so the trees were also moving. Okay, so the trees were also moving because the car and trees were in the opposite direction, so they were also seem like that the trees were also moving, and some way some children were also coming out of the home. Spilling means coming out, okay, at the random coming out. So some children were also coming out of the homes, and she was comparing the old age with the childhood, that how the childhood is very important phase and very nice phase of the human being's life, and now her mother is becoming old and aged,